How to wall mount an OLED TV for 2022. This is a 55 OLED C2 for an example. Should be the same on most of the sizes. Pretty similar in theory. Standard fixed flat wall bracket. I'll put a link for the bracket in the description so you can go and have a look or choose one of your own. In these bracket packs you do get a choice of screws and bolts, so universal as they can possibly be really. Gives you a selection of M8 and M6 bolts, whatever else, some M4s at the top. Spacers if you need to space it off for any reason. Good thing on this OLED this year is we don't have the opticals and things coming out the back that get crushed, so we should be able to get it nice and tight to the wall. That bracket's about 20mm or less in thickness. I know for the LG OLED we want the M6 bolts, 20mm, something like that should be more than sufficient. Two arms to attach to the back, and then the plate for the wall. If it's a brand new TV out the box, you don't need it, it's on its pedestal stand. You could lay the TV flat on its foam sheet on top of the box. So one tip, if we're not sure of the height exactly, you can go midway on the holes here and here, so I can move the bracket up or down to have my TV higher or lower without having to re-drill the wall. So I'll probably go there to start with, make it nice and easy for myself. 4 washers on my M6 bolts. So another tip is, you've got that slack on the hole there before you tighten up the bolt. So one thing I always do is pull the slack up and just tighten up that first screw, because the TV naturally can't go any further down when it's hanging off there. And if we do the same on both of them, put the bracket on level, the TV will remain level. But do the slack down on one and up on the other, or don't even bother noticing. TV is going to be wonky when I hang it on the wall. Again for that second arm, just pull that slack up there. If we know where we want the top or the bottom of the TV, we can measure from there to our plate. So our plates, this part's going to be attached to the wall. That goes in there. Also we've got slide either way, so we can go off centre a bit with that if we have to, and slide it to make the TV central. But I'm going to get from the top of the TV, I know where I want the top of the TV, so if I measure from there to the top of my bracket, I can mark the wall out, fix this on, hang it, and it'll be the correct height. If it makes it easier, you can wind those screws up to retain the bracket while you're measuring. I'm going to be lazy and try not doing. Okay, so I'm going to call that dimension from the top of my TV to the top of my bracket, 383mm. So I'll mark the wall, top of the TV, measure down 383 to the top of my bracket. Top of that grey tape is to represent where I want the top of my TV. So I can measure down from there onto my centre line. I think it's about 383mm to the top of my bracket. So I've got a mark there, just make it a bit bigger. That's the top of my bracket. Also there in pencil, not showing up, is the centre line. Okay, so I can put my bracket there, top of it in line with the line I've marked. I also like to put a separate spirit level on the top. If they have a bubble included in the bracket, don't trust it. I can just mark my holes that I'm going to use. So 4 should be sufficient. I've got a chipboard and MDF wall there that's reinforced, so I can pilot drill, screw straight in. Obviously use the correct fixings for your wall. So brick, breeze block, whatever, plasterboard, use the correct fixings. Okay, so I'm just going to pop one screw in first. And I just start the second screw off. So before I nip that screw up, I'm just going to check my bracket's level. If it's not, I can just fine tune that there. When I've got it level, I can just nip it up. and wind my other 2 screws straight in. Okay, so we can just pull on it, check it's nice and solid with no movement, and then TV is ready to go on. If we're mounting it from its stand and not from it being fresh out of a box, plastic cover here comes off first, 4 screws in here to remove. If you're nervous, get somebody to stand in front of the TV so it doesn't tip forwards. There's only 2 little plastic spikes there that's supporting it, and if they're broken, when you remove these screws it will just fall over and smash. And then all we're going to do, put our hands under there and lift up, not squeezing the screen or anything. So 2 of you it's easier, but with 1 of you, you can just sort of lift, give it a bit of a jiggle, and that's it off. Okay, so it will just hook on with the arms on that bracket. I'll try and do it first time. I said that last year and I got the bloody mains lead caught. Tried to jump cut it out, someone spotted it, so let's have a go. That is it on. So one thing I like to do, just to be careful, keep my hand under there, just give it a slide side to side, make sure it's on that rail. While I've still got it secure, I can peek my head around either side and just check I'm mounted securely. And that is it. Obviously those 2 security screws can be wound up if you want to lock it in place, especially if you've got young kids around. I mean, you could call it anti-theft as well, but if somebody's trying to steal it and you've secured it, they're probably just going to damage the wall trying to rip it off and break the TV and the bracket. Okay, so if you want to see the full unboxing and demo setup bits, I'll put the link below. Oh.